everyone, it's me, Katie-Beth again. And for me, it is still a yesterday to you. And in light of some news that came out yesterday, in the afternoon, I haven't been able to concentrate enough to work on my sewing project. So instead, I took myself to the 99-cent store to look for a cauldron for another project that I'm working on. They do not have any good cauldrons, so I did not buy a cauldron. However, when I was there, I found out that they sell clothing. Normally I wouldn't buy anything this plasticky, but it was $2.99 and kind of pretty. Let's see. So we got this. I didn't really notice while I was there, but it's this weird bunchy bottom. But my craft today is I'm gonna try to make this cuter or into something I would actually wear. I don't really wear a ton of bright colors because of my job that I hopefully still have, maybe used to have. If you know the announcement that happened yesterday, you know what I'm talking about. One of the major theme parks in Southern California announced that they're laying off 28,000 employees. It might be just a ploy to pressure the state of California to change some different regulations and be a little more lax on that, or they might be serious and a lot of Californians and Floridans could be out of a job. But back to the project. I'm going to try to pretty this up or change it up into something I would like to wear a little more, but I may end up completely ruining this dress, but for $2.99, let's see what I can do. Starting off, I'm going to throw this in the washing machine. I did get it brand new, but from the 99-cent store, and I have no idea where they're getting their stuff from. And since it's clothing that's going to be going on my most definitely future sweaty body, I'm going to throw it in the wash. Okay, so first off, this is obviously not the dress for me. I'm a full-figured gal, and dresses that I can't wear a normal bra just don't look good on my little voluptuous body. So I had to wear a strapless bra with this because if I wore a normal bra, it'd be straps right here and they'd look really ugly. Let me get up so you can see this. And this skirt isn't horrible, but it's not flattering. The cut of this is not flattering for my figure. So while this dress was in the wash and while I was in the shower washing also, I came up with a ton of ideas that I thought would fix this dress. First off, I thought maybe I'd put like a cute collar on it and maybe I guess I still could add some straps to it, but it's still just not a flattering shape on my boobies. Maybe if I wore a normal bra so my boobs were up where they're supposed to be, that does look a little better. Another thought that I had was that I would just decorate this, like maybe rhinestone it up or put another strip of fabric here. I was thinking maybe frozen, like some frozen fabric and make it an Elsa dress. But I think it's going to need more than a tiny strip of fabric to make it something that I would actually want to wear. And I don't always sit like a lady when I go out, so I don't want to look like this in public. So my next idea on how to fix this, I'm thinking I either need to cut this off and just make it a skirt and then wear some type of tight-fitting shirt with it. Or I'm thinking that I just need to make some type of bodice that covers most of this so it does give me that shape. And then the skirt can just puff out. However, I'm afraid of it doing a little bit of the Oktoberfest dress thing, or if I push this in, this is just gonna poof out. I was seriously hoping I'd just be able to rhinestone or add some cute things to this, but this dress is gonna need a lot more work. And I think it's going to be me creating other pieces to wear with this dress. So actually thinking of my Oktoberfest dresses, I think I'm going to use that vest and make a vest type of corset to go over it. So instead of a zipper, I think I'm just going to have it laced back and forth so that I can control this more. And then I either won't have to wear a bra, or because it'll have straps coming up, the straps will hide my bra. So I'm hoping that it'll just bring all of this in and make more of this shape and bring this in, and hopefully the skirt will just be cute. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this on here or if I'm going to cut it off and just make it a skirt and use the fabric on the vest somehow. that might be cute. This has smocking in the back, so I'm not sure if I would use that on the vest, or if I'd cut this off and somehow put, ooh, if I cut this off, I can use this fabric on the front. Okay, so I looked through the fabrics I have here with me at the house, and these are what I've come up with so far. Either a brown vest, and I'll put blue trimming on it, or, and I kind of wanted to save this because there's enough to make a full dress out of it, but I might have enough to make a vest and a full dress. I'm not sure, but this I thought would also be a cute fabric to make a vest out of it. It'd be a little fairy tale-y and maybe a little cottagecore-y, but I'm less likely to wear it in public, where just a brown vest, I might get a lot of wear out of it. Maybe I'll make both, but I'm posting this video in a few hours, so I don't know if I'll have time to make both. I think I'm gonna try this one real quick, and by real quick, it takes like a few hours to make a vest. I'm not the fastest or most brilliant sewer, so it takes me a while to do things, but I'm gonna try making this one first, and if I have time, I'll try making this one. So let me get to that and see how it goes. Alright, here we go. So I first laid out the Snow White fabric that I had decided to use and cut out the vest pattern that I'm thinking I want to use with this. And then I realized that I don't have to just go with that fabric. I can go with both fabrics and make it a reversible vest. That way I can switch it back and forth, and I can use the colored side or the brown side, which, if I can pull it off right, I think will be pretty cool. I am about 3 hours into this project right now, and I am feeling a bit over my head in that I started doing this project with the idea that I could glue some rhinestones onto this dress, make it pretty, and be done. Quick project. And it seems that I've embarked on a much longer project than if I just stayed with my original sewing project. But that's life, and that seems to be the kind of thing I do. Now, the problem that I'm running into now is that since I don't want to deal with a zipper that can unzip from both ways, because I honestly don't know how to do those yet, and I don't know where to buy them. I don't think they even have them at Joann's Fabric. So I had decided to just do grommet holes and then be able to stitch the vest together temporarily and have a corset looking vest. But while I can find the little metal grommets, I can't seem to find the grommet pincher thing. I don't know what that's called. I believe it's in storage, which is really irritating because half of the things I ever want to use are in storage. But I did recently purchase this leather hole punch, so theoretically it should go through the fabric, even though it's thick fabric. Ooh, and with the vest, I didn't feel like I needed to line it with interfacing because this brown fabric is so thick. I think that's going to work out pretty nicely. And on another note, my old machine hated stitching together thick fabric, and my newer machine, the Singer, also doesn't particularly like it, I could tell, but it did still sew it without breaking any needles and without giving too much of a tantrum. So back to the hole punching. I'm going to go ahead and hole punch through these so I can work on this tonight. And then since I don't have the pincher that pinches the grommets in and like seals them in there, I'm going to try the thing that I've seen on a lot of costuming YouTubers, old-fashioned historical type of grommeting, where they just go through it with a bunch of stitches to get around it. Since they don't, so they don't have a metal grommet in there, they just kind of hand stitch their own grommet thing. I haven't actually watched anybody do it. I've just seen people like, oh, look at this nice corseting that I've hand stitched. So that's my plan on what I'm going to do with that tonight. It does look very time consuming, so I'm not sure how much I'll get done. I'm also going to hand stitch the straps together. I'm hoping that it'll look a little neater than if I had just used the machine to go over it. Alright, so I'm going to start working on that, and I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done, and we'll see how it came out, or comes out. We'll see what happens. So if the cut of this dress allowed me to wear a normal bra, the cut wouldn't be so horrible on my body. But this looks real stupid with my bra sticking out the sides. So I finally finished making the vest, and I regret not waiting until morning to get a grommet puncher because each one of these little holes took about 20 minutes. It took me about 5 hours to make these on both sides. Like 20 minutes for each one of these little things. It would have been far more efficient to just hold off a few more hours, get some sleep, get up early, and buy a grommet puncher thing. But this was my first time hand sewing these holes, and I'll see how they do. Another thing I noticed that might be kind of weird is I feel like I made them too far apart from the edge. So with the strings pulling at them, it might kind of bunch in the middle, especially because I'm not using any type of boning. So I'm going to lace this through and put it on and see how it looks. So next problem, although I designed this vest to be a slightly higher cut than my normal Oktoberfest vest, which would be like to here, and I even designed the side to come up higher, I guess I still can't wear it with a full coverage bra, so I'm going to change out and try a demi and see if that's low enough. Also, I'm noticing this probably will look real stupid with this still up here. Unless I cut the cleavage of this dress down. Because this, even with a lower bra, will still make a real ridiculous shape. Let's see if I pull it down. Okay, well, I'm going to switch this out, do one problem at a time. Sorry about this view, everyone, but I need to show you to be able to explain it to you. I did try the demi bra on. It does look a little better, but it's still not the right cut, which is completely my fault since I'm making this. So even if I lace this up, I feel like I'm still gonna have a problem with this cut here and whatever bra I'm wearing. So I'm thinking I'm definitely going to cut this down, and then with the extra fabric, I might try to do something about that here. And I don't know how I will pin it to the sides. Ooh, actually, I might just do that. If I can bring this down lower. Okay, let me try to work this out. Okay, so this project has gone wildly off topic of what I thought it was going to be. It's turning into a huge sewing project, which I didn't think it would be, and also a lot more cleavagey. So I'm sorry about that if you're offended. Super sorry. I have some other craft videos with less cleavage, but with my genetics, that's often hard to avoid. So here's the turn the project has now taken. I'm thinking it's kind of cute actually, aside from this. So I was thinking I'd put some lace up here to just bring this line up and cover my bra so it's less risque looking. So I could kind of wear this, but I feel like for such a tight bodice, this skirt isn't quite poofy enough. So I was thinking I'd make a brown skirt underneath out of this fabric so it would all tie together and then put this as an overlay over it. But because there's not enough fabric, it would be like a poofy skirt and then this would be tight over it, and that might look kind of funky. So my next idea is still putting the lace on top, making a brown skirt out of this fabric to tie both sides of the vest in if I need to, having an elastic waistband so I can avoid more of these ties or a zipper, and the elastic I can just kind of hide bunched under here, I'm hoping, maybe. And then still to tie this in, because the whole project idea was to use this dress from the 99-cent store, I think I'm going to cut it into an apron, and instead of the apron only being this full, I'll use the entire fabric from the skirt to bring it all in, and it'll be a pretty poofy, pretty apron. So that's the new plan. Let's see if I can execute it. Here we go. Alright, so I've gathered this skirt together with dental floss because it's strong and easy to slide the fabric on. Woo! So I'm not used to sewing outside of the things I'm used to, which is just sewing this into a vest for Oktoberfest dresses. So I think to make it easy, I can stretch elastic, sew it on, and then that will make the waistband. But I think I'm going to sew it kind of at this length so that even before I get the elastic on, it has the size, and then I'll work on the elastic after. Or I'll make a casing by folding this over and putting the elastic inside. It'll just make it more bunchy, but maybe that'll work better. Well, let's see how this experiment ends up. So I sewed this all down to the size that I need it for as a skirt, basically. And then once I did that, I realized that even putting elastic on it won't help if I sew this together, because then I won't be able to get it below my hips. It'll be too tight. Maybe it'll be just okay if I make this a little bigger. But it would be super tight getting it on and off my hips, even if I stretched the elastic. And also getting it up here, where I'll probably need to wear it with the vest, it's still too big. Maybe I'm still going to go with the elastic. I'll just take out the sides a little so that I still can fit it over under my body if I need to move it. But the elastic, once it's on, will still cinch it tighter to be where I need it to be. So this elastic band actually did end up working really well. So it's tight enough that I can wear it under my bosom, and it's loose enough that I can fit it over or under my hips, even under my chest if I needed to bring it above my head. But this is really ugly, so the simplest solution I have is to stretch this out and sew ribbon over it, so it'll at least have like a nice looking layer above it, so it'll look kind of more finished. The inside is still hideous, but it's for my own personal use. I'm not going to be really showing it off other than to you guys. So this is not at all what I had in mind. Not the world's worst, but I'm going to go ahead and put all my stuff together right now and take inventory from there. So after I put this on, I'm actually super happy with it. Like, I don't even feel like I need the lace on it. And I'm not wearing a top underneath, but it's not too revealing unless I pull it open like that. I like this vest. I kind of wish I had a little thinner waist so I could actually wear this top with some jeans. I feel like that would be super cute too. So in essence, I actually really like this even without making my apron that I'm still planning on making. So using this to make an apron. So it'll kind of look like this. So in essence, I basically made another entire Oktoberfest dress while trying to avoid sewing too much and spending too much time. But I'm still not done. I still want to use this dress. So I'm going to go work on this apron that I've been talking about. So I did cut the skirt in half, and I'm not sure if I still want to use it as an apron or as a shawl. I kind of really like this as a shawl. The only thing I'm leaning against the only thing I don't like about it, using it as a shawl, is I don't really like this fabric. And I don't really like the fabric next to my skin. But that is kind of super cute. And I can even just kind of tuck that in. Yep, it's going to be a shawl. So for the shawl, I think I'm going to put a button here. Sew these ends together. Put a button here so that it can be there. Or I'll not put a button and just tuck it into my bosom. Let's see how I work out this idea. Alright, so I turned this dress into a shawl. Is this coming undone? No, it's okay. I put these ribbons on it to tie it. So I can wear it further back if I want, or further up close. I'll probably tuck this in there. Or, on the other hand, I can still use it as an apron with this. So it has the two ties on the side. It does still become an apron. So, while the sun's still out, I'm going to head out there and take some full body shots so you go, dang it, my bra is coming out of this. But I'm going to run out and take some full body shots of everything that's happened with this simple project. Let's head on out and see how it looks. I was outside for literally 3 minutes. My iPad clocked the time, and I already have 2 new mosquito bites. And they're quite itchy. Oh, okay, that's really weird. So, things I've learned from this project. Corsets that are standing alone from dresses really need boning. This is cute, and it works just fine with a dress because the dress pulls it down. But without the dress, the weight of the dress pulling this down, it just kind of wants to crumple up. Like when I was sitting and sewing, it just wants to crumple up. I got up and it was just kind of, like gross and weird. So, boning would have been really great for me to use, just to keep at least the front stiff. Also, making these grommets, I should have put them closer together, because right now on parts that I wanted tight, the fabric's just lapping over each other. But if I had put them closer to the side, they would have met further in. Or maybe I just needed to make it smaller so that it'd be more stretched out, but I do like that it meets and I don't have to wear a top underneath. The next thing that I learned is probably more a comment on my self-growth. When I was younger, I used to think, let's just put glitter on it to fix things. More recently, I've been hey, let's put rhinestones on it, which I thought this project would be. But turns out I'm more let's turn it into an Oktoberfest dress kind of gal. And if you look at my last few sewing videos and costume choices, you'll realize, yeah, that's a pretty true statement about me. So in summarization, I had picked up this dress at the 99-cent store, thought I would make it really cute, easy project. Turns out it needed a lot of all-terrain, which I'm not that great at, so I thought I'll just make a few accessories to go with it. And turns out I ended up making an entirely new outfit and using part of the dress as the accessory. Despite all the issues that I kept running into and how I couldn't stay focused, I actually really did enjoy this project. And I think this is actually a pretty freaking cute vest. Again, I think I'm going to be using my crunch machine to do some more abs, so maybe I can wear this top with jeans. Or maybe I'll see what other long top options I have to wear underneath. I do really like this skirt. It's this nice, thick, strong fabric. I really like thick fabrics. But it does make this outfit into a more dressy dress, not really dress, costumey dress, versus something that you wouldn't look twice at if you saw in the grocery store. Which I tend to be, something you wouldn't look twice at if you saw in the grocery store. Ha, zing! And if you're still here watching, thank you so much for being here with me on this Handcraft Handsewn Wednesday. I do have it planned out on what it's going to be. However, if it's something like today was, who knows what it's going to be. Okay, I have some ideas, but I don't want to spoil it for you just in case my life keeps going topsy-turvy and it turns out to be something else. But it will be a craft or a sewing video next Wednesday. See you for Handcraft Handsewn Wednesday, and have a great day, everyone. So this project just wackadooed away from me.